Again, being a bit controversial, normally in a normal relationship, if you both work, one stays off on maternity and one has 2 weeks like paternity, or the opposite way around. And it's expected the one at home is to do like the night feeds all day and all night, but I don't actually think you realise how fucking hard that is.
It's so hard.
It's so tiring.
And being on your own with a baby in the house all day, like you just need some like adult communication.
Yeah. Here we are. Welcome to Behind the Brood, our second episode.
Sponsored by Her Made Easy.
Yes. And we're welcoming some guests on this episode a bit later on. Scouse dads, Sam and David. But first we're just going to have a little chat and a catch up about what's been happening.
We're literally having a catch up, aren't we?
Yeah. Behind the Brood.
To be fair, I've not seen her. To be fair, even though
It's deadline week.
Yeah.
The dreaded deadline week.
Yeah.
Clashed with half time. Half time.
Well, that's tonight. That's football.
Yes, I know. My mind's on the game.
That's a different podcast.
Yeah, just trying to finish deadline in time for so I can watch the City match. But yeah, no, it's been full on. And you had your dad's 70th, didn't you?
So I've been at Centre Parks this weekend, which for me was very nostalgic. That was something we did as kids.
Yeah.
And I've not been back for about 20 years, I don't think.
Oh.
But it's my dad's 70th, so we went away with mum and dad and my brother and his wife and the kids. So yeah, absolutely fantastic.
it did look good.
I'd recommend it. Yeah, it was really good. Very impressed. Obviously, if the kids are happy, you know what it's like.
Yeah.
The parents are happy, and they just went off on the bikes. And
Yeah.
There's a story there actually. Alfie's 9. He'll kill me if he's saying this, but he's only just learned to ride a bike, and this has forced him to. He's never been bothered at all. We've bought him bikes.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like when we were kids, though, like I said, we were all like pushed out, weren't we? Going, right, off you go. But like I said,
ours were later.
They're late. They are. That's,
because they just
not been on it for a while. When was the last time they were on it?
I mean, I suppose as well, a bike's a big present, isn't it? So when it came to Christmas and stuff, like Cole asked for a new console every bloody Christmas. Yeah. I'm sure he thought we was wadded, but you couldn't get him that and a bike. And his birthday was December, so it was never
like
summertime.
I just think it's a different generation. They don't have to ride the bikes because
exactly.
side. Whereas this was coming up, his cousins were riding.
Yeah.
So listen, mate, we're gonna have to get stuck in here. And a couple of hours, an hour. He's away now, and that's it. And it's lit that spark, and to see him go off, and I don't think it's that unusual, for 9, 10-year-olds not to know how to ride a bike, which is a crying shame.
It really is. Yeah.
But being outside and making them
sound old.
I know.
We do.
But to be fair,
officially
do you know what I
middle-aged.
noticed? I thought as well is that it's not even just about. I'm not pushing it almost because I don't like the idea of them going out on the road in the world, on big wide world, especially like our two, like
yours
on the main road.
There's no expectation for Alfie to bugger off on his bike now.
That's what it'd scare me because he'd just be like, he'd be off then, wouldn't he? So I want to try and keep
because he's at high school, so some of his mates ride a bike to high school, but they have to go. It's like the other side of the Lancs. We live on a main road.
But I feel like he'd be on the phone.
You just don't trust me, do
riding
you?
his bike and no, just the concentration.
Yeah.
No, okay, not yet.
But this isn't an advertisement
for riding a bike.
Advertisement.
We're not starting.
Just be
ride your bike.
Yeah. Well, not jealous at all. No. We had a date night on Friday, which was nice. After deadline week was quite obviously going to overrun. We were trying our best to get it finished for Friday, so that we could have half term off. And this last few weeks has been, well, since the start of January, I feel like Brood has shifted a gear in a massive, amazing way. But we had the cover shoot of Edition 7 to organise in London, which was constant coordination. Then it was the podcast launch party, which again is a lot to coordinate. And then it's been all straight on to deadline week. But we didn't get it finished anyway. Friday, I was like, it's fine, we'll just work a bit Monday. One day without the kids is not the end of the world. And we had a date night, didn't we? Which is rare. And it actually was Valentine's night. Yeah. It wasn't on purpose, but
I don't think we've ever been out on Valentine's Day, to be fair.
No, not in like 12 years or something.
What did you do?
We went to watch Girl on the Train at the Lowry because the director kindly invited us along. She'd come to my book launch a few years ago in Manchester. So, yeah, it was nice.
It was good. It was good.
We got to go in a box, so it was a bit fancy as well.
Yeah, it was good.
I know. And
cocktails.
A couple of cocktails beforehand. But I'd been really sore. I was basically meant to go on the Tuesday night, but I wasn't well enough to go, was I? But it meant that then you came along Friday.
So
and
worked
then
out all right in the end.
Worked out all right in the end. But
You know what it's like for me? Any break away from the kids is...
yeah, I was like, "Are you sure you want to go? I am
like,
still a
already
bit
out the
sore."
door.
He's like, "Yeah."
See you later.
See you later.
Yeah.
I got my own.
In complete contrast to that now, we're in the mix of extended deadline week and half
Yes.
term. And everybody listening to this,
Oh my
as
God.
kids, the clash of half term and work just collide.
Yeah.
It's like
They don't
non-existent
every time.
almost.
It's like you never learn, do you, how to handle it? There's no blueprint how to handle half term and work.
No.
I mean, I've kind of cheated this week. I was in the sports club, which thankfully he loves, which makes life a lot easier. We're in our last year with Iris with nursery, so that doesn't have a half term, so she's in. So
yeah,
I feel like
I
I've
miss
cheat
those
coded a
days.
little
She
bit.
cheats as well, to be fair. So,
Oh, he says that, yeah, because he's been
I'm
left with the
chief
kids. But your
babysitter.
mum was there all day yesterday,
To be fair,
and
yeah,
Craig
she
was with you the other day. So
Yes.
Craig is Jessie, my sister, who does all the design work, putting the
Bless
print
Jessie.
She's there
together.
at
So it's
home
been
now
me
doing
and
it.
Jessie at her house. So obviously we have to get her kids out the way. So we sent Craig packing to our house with his two to join Rob and our four on Monday. But everybody, as we said, everybody we work with BROOD are all juggling a BROOD as well. So we didn't get everything sent over, and we get messages. And you know, I really struggle to when people are saying, "Oh, such a body was poorly," or "I've had a funeral," or "I've been in and out of A&E," or "I'm sorry." So you can't, we get it. So anyway, so yeah, we've needed to. Me and Jess have been opening the prosecco.
What time?
Well, I'm sure Jessie sent a message on Tuesday morning
confession
saying,
time, so have
"Is
I,
it beer
whilst
o'clock yet? Half past 10."
Confession time, so have I. No, I'm not.
No, we always have a bit of deadline fizz because it can be more than anything. It's obviously you're just staring at a screen, you're answering messages, you're chasing people. It's a lot. So I was quite tired yesterday, and then there's been a bit of a thingy with the distributors. Typical
story, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think everybody, again, who's doing that with the kids and work, it's just like I said, there's no blueprint. You've just got to. It's just a shit show.
Yeah.
You've just got to get through it, head down, and
I
hopefully
feel
the kids are all right, and you're all right at the end of it.
The kids.
I mean,
the
I
kids
feel
are
better
fine.
when, for me, I sort of justify letting them go on the screens and stuff like that once we've been out for a long walk. If I've been out and got some fresh air and had a long walk, I've gone to the park or something like that, then I think, right, you can have your time now doing that. Dad needs his time.
some work
And I
off
try to
when
do
that
some work
happens.
off.
Yeah.
I think-
But I don't feel guilty then, because like I said, rather than trying to do work in between them being there.
they'd had a great time at the park and that with
that's
the
what I mean.
cousins.
So as long
didn't
as
they?
I feel like if you get them out for a little bit, then
Yeah.
that's how I get it.
I think it's a mixture, obviously, of like so many weeks being full on, and obviously I had a flare up. I know I talked briefly on the first podcast about my health, which when that throws a spanner in the works, that was like, because I was a bit high as a kite on diazepam all week, and after
But let's rewind us to maybe why this time as well,
Oh, well, I feel like that's a podcast in itself to bore everyone. But yeah, obviously,
No, I
that's
meant
it.
like this time, just a little bit.
Oh God, no! Yeah, well, it started from the podcast launch party, dancing too much, because basically, but life's too short, and this is why I love having a drink, because I actually don't feel pain.
We'll cut to you now, like doing a bit of dancing on the
Yeah,
flashback. Yeah.
well,
that was when I backdoored it.
I can't. But I've got a bit of a thing with parties. It's like, even if it's not my party, I go to a party, I might not even know anybody properly. But if it's like flopping and nobody's on the dance floor, I get up and start getting randomers up that I don't even know, because I can't. It's like this. I think, oh my God, it's the worst thing in the world.
Party starter.
I am a bit of a party starter. Anyway, you even let your hair down.
A little bit.
You
Not
did.
too
It
much.
was tiddly. You've been avoiding partying with
Did
us
you
for
get
ages.
up? Did you get up on?
No, I didn't.
I didn't get
Oh,
up.
I
I
never
know
get
she kept
up
avoiding,
dancing.
and I know like she was trying to get us both up at one point, but we obviously just kept avoiding.
I did well. I think I got most people up.
You were shouting me, and I thought you wanted to be dancing, but when I came over, you just said, I just need a beer.
I know I did.
You sent me to
I
the
know.
bar.
I do very good remember.
I need
you did.
some fuel.
But like, me and you were at the bar with Emma Gregory, bloody feeding us shots.
Oh God!
God.
To be honest, I don't know how I was
Jaegers.
even standing. I'd had nothing to eat all day, did I? And then I got to Menagerie and asked for an espresso martini just to give me a bit of caffeine. And then it was like,
Well, you know that's got
Prosecco, Jaeger
you know
bomb,
that's got
Jaeger bomb,
alcohol in it
Jaeger
as
bomb.
well.
yeah,
It's not
that's
just
a-
you
I
can have a
know,
coffee,
yeah,
you know.
No,
but-
but that's a favourite bit.
But I had that, and I don't know. I must have hollow legs because I don't know how I was up, standing, didn't end up flat on my face.
You're
I
a
mean,
machine, absolute machine.
She was a machine. Emma was a machine. Like I said, just like feeding us all.
I think
like,
she had
kept
everyone on
finding-
Jaeger bombers.
Well, I know to avoid Emma.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I've known
literally-
Emma for years.
Well,
since I went to
I'd had
primary
one
school.
Jaeger bomb and then was dancing and she gave me another and I put it on the table and she came and found me and went, "You've not drank your Jaeger bomb." I was
that's
like,
funny.
"Oh God," because I thought I'm going to just end up going, but I didn't.
She's like the
Not for me,
Jaeger
that.
queen. She another like sponsored by Jaeger.
But again, it's just the energy, isn't it? Like
Yeah, it was good. It
it's-
was
yeah.
brilliant.
to walk around that room and just know everybody and know everybody's there who's got our back as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people in that room have been on board since day one, and I think
Yeah.
that means the world to us to have their support. And
And so many people we've met along the way that, like, when we think back to the print launch, we didn't
last
know.
year, yeah, you just
Like
1 year
Nige
ago,
and,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like so many. I mean, Nicola, who's sponsoring this, is now such. You know, she's supporting us business wise and loves partnering with us with Hair Made Easy, but also is genuine friendships there. And I think that's something that with business people say, "Oh, you can't mix friendship and business," but I think with the right people, you absolutely can. And there's so much support and love in that room. And I'm sure we've forgot to invite people as well because you know it's so you're running around going, "Oh, such a body," and stuff. But you know, we do our best to bring together such everybody that we've been on the journey with, don't we? And it was just a vibe. It was so good.
Well, again, the feedback, like you said, the feedback that everyone kept saying, it was this sort of the similar thing, like just the nicest people in the room, and like you said, that network of that we're building.
Yeah.
It's like,
But I think that's something we sometimes overlook is the value of that network. We are bringing people together, and I think when you said about the friendship and business
Yeah.
aligning, there's not many networks where you can go and pick up on both.
No.
absolutely.
And I think that's why that is so valuable to our people, is that there's genuine people in that room
Yeah.
who really want to help you.
Yeah.
And that feeling's
Yeah.
mutual as well.
Yeah,
Actually,
exactly.
we've done an editorial on it in this next edition, edition 7, and actually took one of the quotes from Luby Lou the clown.
Bless her.
She's lovely, and she put an Instagram post on about saying, "Brood is not just networking; it's a family." And like she's ended
true.
up connecting with Chrissy from the yoga club,
Yeah.
and you can see already their friendship on the Instagram, and it is and.
Amanda
Amanda Marks
Marks,
always
yeah.
says
I was
it,
about to say Amanda
and
Marks.
you know, there's so many people have said it, and with the amount of Instagram posts saying that, following it, and just loving it it's just amazing.
It's a really nice aspect to the business we've got. And
Yeah.
again, when we started the magazine, something probably I overlooked, you know what I mean? But I really enjoy being in the presence of them people and watching everybody.
Yeah,
You know, and obviously we've got Brood Live, Manchester coming up in April. And that'll be the next...
I know everyone
one for
can't
us.
wait
I
for that
know.
because the after party after the
Yeah,
inspirational.
soon come
day
round
and
as
the
well. It's
after-
crazy
I can't
actually
wait as well.
how fast it's come round again.
But yeah, it was kind of like we got to the point once we've done the speech and thanked everyone for coming. Then it was like, right, get the magazines off the runway and let the dancing
Party
begin.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair,
I didn't
We
notice
needed it,
Liam.
didn't
I
we?
noticed Liam dancing, obviously, only when I was looking back at the
Oh,
videos
really?
of
and
that. Liam,
Kyle,
so she'd got
Penfit.
yes, so she'd got them up. Obviously, we
I
We did very well.
I
So
think
far.
I
did well.
screeched everybody's name. Obviously, the louder it gets, the more higher pitched I get. But I remember sending you for a beer because I felt
Yeah,
like I couldn't leave the dance floor, and I was going, I'm parched, I need a drink.
It was
so I
good.
felt like I needed a thirsty drink, so that's why I needed a beer, not any
Not
more
water.
Prosecco.
I didn't have beer favour as well, which was good this time. Obviously, unlike
No, it was just nice.
was good.
honestly.
It was,
We
it
did
was.
eat a pizza at 2:30 in the morning, though, didn't
did.
we?
I didn't. I'd gone by
You'd
then.
already
gone
gone.
by then,
yeah,
yeah.
but we're always last ones.
When I've
standing
gone,
with a couple
and I
of
know I
others.
can't speak to you because you'll do.
No,
me
I
head
think
in.
you told me, didn't you?
Did I?
Yeah, I think you
I
did.
just said-
People do that. They
saw
come.
you.
Did you?
I saw you walk past the windows. I was like, the little
Yeah.
And it's so funny again because people come over and go, right, "I'm going, but don't tell Lolo."
Don't tell Lolo. Yeah, absolutely.
Don't tell her.
Yeah.
well.
But I put a shift in.
Yeah,
We work
You
hard,
did.
play hard. That's
Absolutely,
my
that's our
motto.
motto.
I
You
need
did.
it. You know, it was so needed to just. I love like letting my hair down, being like say around all those people who get it.
Lots of parents.
Yeah,
do
night
as
off
well,
from the
don't
kids, no work, just absolute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we need to do it maybe potentially on a Friday or a Saturday next time.
Well, Brood Live's on a Friday.
On Friday,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes. But yeah, no,
For that
it's,
reason.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and loads of people are staying over for Brood Live as well. So
Yeah.
if you haven't got your tickets, you need to get those
Book in
in, 'cause
now.
I know they are. So it's the
it's amazing.
best. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's
crazy, actually, how
exciting.
many already,
But yeah, and it's not. There's no pretentiousness at all, is there? It's like everybody's like. There's no kind of dancing to make you look good. I mean, I look like a lunatic.
No,
when
you
I
didn't look
dance.
good.
No, I never do. But yeah, just kind of like you're dancing in your own kitchen. But I love it.
So we've got print deadline week this week, the very, very last of the deadline weeks. It's got to go
deadline.
It's going to go this week one way or another. And then after this, we've got the office, haven't we?
We
Which
have.
is going to be a complete dynamic change.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, we're so desperate for the
God.
office. What is our house like? Hallway full of like magazines and these covers and stuff everywhere. Fed up of them looking at me while we're in the kitchen and stuff.
Well, Charlotte was in your bedroom for
she
a while,
was.
wasn't she?
Yeah, Charlotte was. Yeah. When was it? The
Not
other
literally.
house? Yeah.
Let's say. Let's just.
But yeah, no, it'll be so nice to have the office. But it's nearby, near for school, really great location, and we're going to have a studio in it. We're going to have the main office space, the meeting room,
Like location.
a bar.
Location alone was a big deal for us, wasn't it? Because obviously we've got 6 kids between us. Our days roughly run from 9 till 3:30. So us having an office in Manchester or Media City just wasn't going to work, was it? Because we then got to factor in a commute and everything else.
Yeah.
So with the office being so close to home, it's just an absolute game changer. And I think, having to extend our working day now is just unbelievable on our base.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, we said, I mean, obviously with us two being married, we were saying, I mean, because it happens with you as well anyway, doesn't it? Pick up the kids, go home, and like we all said, we're cutting our days short to school hours, like, whereas the idea is one of us will do the school run while the other one comes down to the office, and then the other one will pick up and stay late. So straight away we're going to gain so many hours a week,
you're both looking
aren't
at me
we?
when you're saying that, by the way. You're both looking at me when you're saying
I'm
that.
really.
It's mine and Lolo's office.
I'm really looking forward to having some time that's dedicated instead of thinking 1 minute.
I'm
kids
a night owl,
or-
though, aren't I? You guys are more early.
It's something we touch on in a lot of our interviews, isn't it? It's about that boundaries between work and children.
Yeah.
You know, when the kids are home, and say, like you just said, 1 minute kids just need to do this, just need to do a social media post, just need to reply to an email.
Yeah.
Whereas I think then boundaries will be able to be set a lot better with the office, because as soon as you're walking out the office door, it's parent mode, bang on. Whereas I think we all struggle after 3:30 when we can't just stop replying to emails and working.
It's hard.
It's hard, and I think again, everybody listening who's a parent will be able to relate to that.
Yeah.
And I think when we've been doing the interviews, we picked up on tips and tricks of what other people do. You know what I mean? To get through and navigate that way.
Yeah. I think it's nice for us as well. We'll be able to just get a bit of a routine, and obviously Jess and Nikki and Kate can come.
Yeah, the extended members of the team can come in.
And we're really looking forward to that, aren't we? And we've obviously got Edition 7, which is a mega issue with all the fabulous women on the front. I can't wait to get that out there.
Yeah.
Because it's Women's History Month throughout
Well, we
March.
saw the cover.
So
Was it yesterday? Day before? We saw the cover.
The finished article.
I'd seen it, but no, it looks amazing, doesn't it?
It does.
Still can't believe we pulled that off, but we did, and thank you to everyone that's on it and for supporting us. But can't wait to share that edition. It's a special one. So
Going back to the office, it's no coincidence what Spiller was, is it?
Well, it was our favourite place to go, but it's closed down. But there's somebody else took over,
There's several bars underneath.
I was going to say,
that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
I made friends with
right,
the ones in the stores the other day. I was like, "Gonna be your neighbour." So
There's method in your madness, isn't there, for a Friday celebration, as you see.
yeah.
We like to celebrate the small wins, don't we, on a Friday?
I just like a Mediterranean lifestyle. Like I say. There's nothing out. Everybody in Italy and France have a glass of wine with a dinner.
Hey, we're by the
I'm
water
not an
as well.
alcoholic, by the
That's
way.
true.
We're by the
By the
water.
canal, yeah.
By the water.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, well, not to go for a swim or anything.
No, what I meant with you saying Mediterranean
Oh,
lifestyle.
right, yeah.
You were referring to alcohol as usual, and I was referring to the location.
Scenic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so it's time to welcome our guests, Sam and David, Scouse dads, who we met through the lovely ladies at Georgie Bell's. They were in edition 5. They had a spot in Motivational Parents in Business, and they I've got one baby, Jude, at the moment, and they're expecting another. So
And they were at the podcast launch. And they're like,
yes,
they didn't want to
they
go
want to
home.
stay over next time, so they're going to stay over for
Our
Brood
time for
Live.
people.
Our time
Absolutely.
for people. They didn't
Absolutely.
realise what a party it was going to be. So, so
Well,
because we can't all fit around.
well,
and
some of us can't
it might end up a bit
sit
hectic.
around all day. We've got work to do. So
We say we'll go for a coffee.
Well,
yeah.
beer.
Yeah, don't pretend you don't. Yeah, so I'll
What
have a
time
chat with the boys and then, see
Bill?
you later.
See you in a bit.
Cheers, guys.
So for those of you who are watching on YouTube at Brood Magazine, you're probably wondering why I've got this lovely hair wrap on my head. Well, we just wanted to say a huge thank you to our sponsors, Hair Made Easy, without whom the Behind the Brood podcast would not have been possible. So Hair Made Easy, you need to check them out. Nicola, the founder of Hair Made Easy, has become a good friend of ours since we started Brood. She's an incredible female founder. She's created some amazing hair products that go to salons throughout the UK. And also, there are loads of products that can really help you at home, especially if you're rubbish with your hair like me. So these hair wraps, for example, have stopped my hair being frizzy. It helps it dry faster. She's got the most amazing brushes. So dry your hair the easy way. Treat your hair with the extra large hair wrap from Hair Made Easy. 100% bigger than...
Nice. That was lovely, that.
Are you all right there, boys?
It's bloody lovely. You'll never catch me having a show out on these bad boys now.
Well, I don't know why you've got one on. You've got no hair.
Hey, come on.
Anyway, if you want to join me and the boys and get yourself some Hair Made Easy products, then check out hairmadeeasy.com. Oh, well, at least you look after me. These two will have me going out like I don't know what. I'm always like ragged. It's bad enough I've actually got hair dye at the back of this dress today, but I thought no one can see it.
No,
so.
see, you always need the guy.
Brood Boys, the younger
Yes.
version.
Yes.
You've got
Can
yourself
I
a
do
new
a
fella.
trade? Yeah, so it's so nice to actually sit and chat to you. We've been voice noting loads, haven't we? It's one of them.
Yeah.
These days, I feel like there's that many people I know from chatting on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
That you already like. When
And
you
it's
meet-
always like 7 o'clock, 8. It's always about 7:30 when the kids are in bed. That's when we're all like, right,
Yeah.
phone messages.
Yeah.
See, I was
WhatsApp.
panicking because I thought Sam was cheating on me with a woman, but then it's
you
just,
heard me.
I realised it's your voice that I heard on the voice notes.
Yeah, it's quite distinctive,
Yeah.
very mank and squeaky. But yeah, so it's lovely to have you here. Obviously, we had you in, say, edition 5 for
Yes.
motivational parents in business.
Yeah.
So I think be nice to tell all our Brood people that don't know you or, have seen you but want to know a bit more,
Yeah.
kind of who are the Scouse dads and what
Depends
do you
what
do?
day. Depends what day it is. No, so we're quite new to the Brood family, and we met you guys through Emma and Holly at
Yes.
George Bell's,
Yeah.
who are amazing.
They're gorgeous.
We love the
yeah,
girls.
yeah,
Yeah,
such
yeah, yeah.
such
So
good
nice.
network. But yeah, so I'm Sam,
I'm David.
and we're Scouse Dads, and we launched Scouse Dads because the platform Scouse Dads because we were wanting to go through surrogacy.
Yeah.
So at that time, David's run a dance and fitness studios in Liverpool for like 15 years, and I got a new job every 3 months. No, my background was recruitment, so I think I was over in Doncaster at that time.
Right.
And then we wanted to embark on the surrogacy journey to have children. It was lockdown, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a way because in the law is that you can't go to a female and ask, will you be my surrogate?
Right.
So what they said is set up a page and try and get them to know us better. So we done that so someone could go on Instagram and be like, oh my God, I like them too, and start messaging or whatever, obviously through the surrogacy team. But that's how
We
it
didn't have a
started.
clue there, really,
No,
did we?
not an absolute clue. What
And
we
then
were
one
doing.
day we were in bed, we were like, what should we call the Instagram? And then we were like, Scouse Dads. Even though I'm like a woolly back or whatever you call them.
You're a Plazzy Scouser.
Yeah, like a Scouser. But yeah,
Adopted.
that's how we started.
And obviously people fell in love with you because how can you not? And I know you've done really, really well with your podcast, haven't you now? And
Yeah, we love it. We love doing it. It's to be honest, me and Sam like passing ships, so our podcast is like a therapy session for our marriage. Like, it's a way for us to get through the relationship.
Yeah,
So it's that
no.
good. We enjoy it, don't we? Which is good.
Yeah. And so at what point into that journey then, how did more than one person sort of approach you and say that they'd like to become a surrogate? Or how did
It was
that
dead awkward. So basically, as gay men, you don't really grow up. You don't even learn in school how to use a washing machine. Never mind, gay people have children. Like it's just mental in there. So growing up, obviously living a life for 18 years. I came out at 18. How old were you?
18.
Yeah, so we were both 18 when we came out to our parents. And I hate kids. Like I never.
we nearly called this episode "I fucking hate kids."
Yeah, I honestly, I genuinely,
half term,
growing up, I fucking hate kids. Like, I just didn't. Do you know when you get a puppy or a dog and you're like all warm and fuzzy inside and you're like, oh, kids, I was just like.
He really was. Even nieces, he wouldn't even like hold them or nothing. I was like,
No,
oh my God,
I was dead
with.
awkward. I was the typical bloke on the sofa, like with the stagnant arms, and then
So you were the broody one.
I was the broody one, yeah, because I love kids. And
broody one,
broody, look at that.
Broody,
And I obviously having the dance school and everything, I just love kids to see the development of them and everything. I just love that, and I wanted to give that back I wanted my own. Like we've got nieces, haven't we, who I was obsessed with. But then I got to a point where I was a bit like, this is not, I want something else. I want my own. And that's
I liked my nieces, by the way. Yeah, I did like my nieces.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, and then I actually said to David 2 years in, so we've been together 10 years this year, a decade with this.
Yeah, hence the bags.
I said to him 2 years in, like, if you want children, I love you, but I'm willing to let you go.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it was the conversation. Like, if you want children, go and meet somebody that wants to have children, because I really don't.
Which was, by the way, sorry to interrupt you, but that was a shock to me.
Yeah.
And the reason why, because Sam is so family orientated, like he loves his family and the kids and his aunties and uncles and everyone. So for him to then say he didn't want kids in our relationship, I was like, what?
Heartbroken.
Where's the next fella?
So how did you get through that? Like,
well,
what
it was
changed your life?
lockdown.
Right.
I think lockdown for everybody, like, gave everybody a bit of time to sit at home. The weather was beautiful. There was nothing about, like, you could walk down the street and it wasn't this busy life that we all live. And we sat down and we had 12 weeks at home. I was on furlough. He was crying because he was trying to get government grants, being self-employed.
We only had half a house as well. We just had an extension. So the house had been knocked down and then the next day went into lockdown.
We were like that. We had holes in the wall in the kitchen. We had
a
the
piece of
floor.
wood, a piece of wood on the back door, and I had to unscrew it every morning to get out.
Into the back
like,
garden.
literally.
So many people that happened to, didn't it?
Yeah. Crazy.
But the thing for us, we just laughed all the way through it. I felt like we reconnected. We had that time that we've never had together. And for some people, unfortunately, like, we had friends and family that broke up.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't bear to be in the same room.
Yeah.
I think if you'd got kids as well at that time, it'd be hard. But yeah, so we just fell madly in love again, didn't we? It was mad. And then
I love that.
Where's that booking?
Actually, I'm so cheesy. I love it.
Oh yeah, he's cheesy.
I'm like
just
rom-com man.
it's the Scouse, like, they don't like to show that they are, but they are. They like to be dead like that. So anyway, the fertility clinic, they were classed as key workers, so they could continue. So we just said, we've got all this time, why don't we look into it? We went to the clinic, we started the process, got the ball rolling, and we actually created our embryos during sort of, do you know when it was like area and stages and you could go and pick a takeaway up from there, but you can't the next
like
door?
you could go on one side of the
Mad,
restaurant,
weren't
not
it?
the
Yeah.
other.
And then they did that £10 thing where you went, it was just like thousands of people in a restaurant. Do you remember that?
Yes.
It was the
Oh, God,
January.
yeah. Then they suddenly
Dined for
filled it
20
up,
quid
so,
or
like,
something.
COVID
And then you all got
party.
COVID, and we went to the clinic, we created our embryos, and then we were like, Sam, we just need to find somebody to have the baby now.
Yeah.
But it wasn't as easy as
No.
that.
So how long from creating the embryo was it until you
So
actually
we
found
started the
one?
process April 2020,
Yeah.
and Jude was born July 2023.
Oh gosh,
Yeah,
so
it was
it's
three.
quite a
Ours
while.
Yeah, I think for us though, it sounds like quite a while, but in the surrogacy world, that's quite quick.
Oh right.
Because there is people there who've been there for like 5-6 years, isn't it, or maybe longer,
Yeah.
still looking for a surrogate, but they haven't had that connection yet, or there's just not that many to go around to help in that situation. So
We
for us,
thought
were
we'd
quite
be
lucky.
able we had 6 months off after creating the embryos, and we were like, oh yeah, we'll just start in July. We'll have a baby July. It'll come May, 9 months,
Yeah.
is it? A woman to have a baby?
Yeah.
Don't really know much about the
Yeah,
the
9
women.
months, 9 months.
Not clued up
Still
in that
don't.
area.
Still don't.
So we went to our first social, and it was like
Explain what a social is.
So we started. Surrogacy UK was like a not-for-profit agency, and it built friendships with surrogates and intended parents. So this is all the lingo here. IPs, intended parents. Yeah. So we went to this social, and me and him were like,
I was stuck to the floor, and I'm acting like singing it, so I should be dead confident to like just go up to people. I could not physically move my feet off that floor because I was so nervous.
Was that obviously because it meant so much to you?
Like I don't even think it was that. I think it was just the fact of like they said go. If there's a circle of people, interrupt them and say hi.
Go,
I'm Sam.
networking.
Like a proper networking event.
Oh my God!
Like we're
give out
not.
your business card.
And then every time we saw a woman, we was like,
Yeah,
there's a woman.
we need to speak to her. We need to have a date with her.
Is she a surrogate, or like, am I going to see her legs open like in 9 months' time with my baby coming out of it? Do you know what I mean? Like it was, we overthought it really. Sorry about the PG. But anyway, after the first one, we really got in the swing of it, and I just thought, do you know what? Fuck it, like. We need. Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we swore.
Yeah.
So,
I was like, fuck it. We need a surrogate. So I've got to just do it. And I interrupted the circle. I was like, hi, I'm Sam, we're David. We've got embryos. We're intended parents. What do you all do? And I was sweating my tits off. Like my back was sweaty, everything. But then as you do it more, it's like anything in life. It's like business.
Yes. Yeah.
If you're a bit nervous about doing it, put yourself out your comfort zone and keep doing it.
Yeah.
Like professionals weren't always good at what they did.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like a...
Very philosophical. Yeah.
We could have it on like
a light bulb.
Trying to get a
and then so we actually found a surrogate through the organisation.
Yeah.
And then what happens is you get into a GTK, which is a get to know.
Okay.
So you have 3 months with this woman and her family, and you get to know each other before you want to embark on the process of creating children. But also what they don't tell you is you have to pay for everything.
Oh, because you can't pay for a surrogate like in
No,
America,
you can't
can
pay.
But you
It's
pay for
expense.
expenses. But you could have a lavish
So
lifestyle.
for instance,
don't you?
like you with 4 kids, if all your kids were under like 6 or 7 and you needed childcare towards the end of your surrogacy pregnancy,
needed a
we'd
rest.
have to pay.
Oh gosh.
If you wanted to eat at M&S, or
If you
wanted
wanted the gardener.
Yeah. If you wanted
your
a
back
dog
sore.
walker.
Yeah.
I need
A
a
daily
massage.
massage.
Wash
And you
cleaner.
don't have to prove any receipts. It's mad.
okay.
It is mad. However, if somebody's prepared to have a child for us, it's kind of one of them things that you have to...
You do
It's
anything.
quite a lot.
Yeah,
It is a lot.
Yeah.
And it's a lot on the female body as well. So like
Yeah.
our surrogate now, who we're pregnant again. We're
Yeah,
having a
I was
baby
gonna ask you about
in
that. Yeah.
June.
I was going to say, because so we've got 4. So our older 2 are 15 months apart. And then we had a 5-year gap, not on purpose. I'm going to I need you just to follow me around so I don't look bad all the time. And then our younger 2 are 13 months apart.
Oh, wow.
So are you going to have 2 under 2?
I always wanted them quite close together.
Because how old's Jude now?
19 months.
Oh.
Yeah. I
He's
feel
such
like
a good age.
Oh my God, yeah, he's just amazing.
He's
just
so
love him.
cute.
Yeah,
Obviously, I've only seen him on pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he is. He's such a character, and he's so independent. Like
He's really independent, like so independent. He's like, he pulls a face at you, don't he? When you're trying to help, he's like, I can do it. He's like near too. He's like, I'm okay.
Oh,
chill out.
good.
and I feel like as dads, like we don't mollycoddle him.
Yeah.
Like sometimes we get asked like, who's the mum, and it's like, well, we've both got willies, so unfortunately,
None.
we're both dads. But
What a stupid question.
Do you get a lot of
Yeah,
that? I
we
mean,
do.
Because you kind of feel like that this shouldn't even almost be a conversation. It should just be.
Do you
well, it's
Me
like
and
sorry
Sam-
to interrupt. Sorry, I know I'm doing it, but I'm in the zone. I'm in the
You
zone.
wouldn't-
It was
you
lovely,
knew
this
you wouldn't
podcast,
get
I've
a word in.
When I said coming out before, I did this because I feel as though in today's world we shouldn't have to come out.
Yeah.
Like if Jude eventually grew up to be gay, I'd probably know because he'd probably take after us and like dress up in high heels and dresses and like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like if they're gay, they're gay. If they're straight, they're straight. If they're non-binary, they're non-binary. Like whatever they want to be. The only thing, this is very controversial, but the only thing for me is like until they reach 16, 17, 18, they are children.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to say like a 12-year-old wants to, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel as though like you guide them up until they become adults and then it's up to them what they want to do, but respect it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was hard to come out back in the day because it wasn't as whatever. So I
Yeah, because
forgot what
my
was
dad,
talking
when I
about.
came out to my family, my dad said, I'm so disappointed in you. And I was like, totally dad, the event. I'm not disappointed in you because you're gay. I'm disappointed because you're telling me you're gay.
Oh.
Your sister's not telling me she's straight. So
Yeah.
why are you telling me that you're
Oh,
gay?
that's-
You are David. You're my son. And that for me has always being a strong thing. Like a man who's a man, my dad, isn't he? Like saying that was like, wow.
But
like,
it's how it should
everyone
be.
should be like that.
Yeah.
Everyone.
It's just not your kid's your kid, no matter what.
Exactly. Where were we going?
You interrupted me, sir.
Why did I? What were you
We
saying?
were talking about, do you get asked a lot about who's the moment and the kind of dynamics like?
Yeah, I was going to say, me and Sam don't get offended at all by any questions. Or if someone says the wrong thing, so what?
There's no right or wrong.
There's no right or wrong.
Yeah.
You're going to get it. Like, we might say the wrong thing to you. It doesn't matter as long as you say, listen, that's a bit offensive, and you communicate with it. That should be okay. There shouldn't be this hate against it.
No.
But the
it's the older generation.
Yeah, the other thing we do
sometimes it's not meaning to be, because I know we have a little, our youngest is 5 and he's not talking yet. He's on the autism spectrum. So people will say things sometimes that are kind of offensive, but they're not
because they're not educated.
No,
are they ain't got
but even us, I mean, I'm 42, but things when you're at high school was okay to say. It's a bit of a minefield, and you can feel really nervous about saying something that you're not meaning to. If you've got a good heart, it's not.
The only thing for us that what let us down was the NHS system. Right. I feel as though it's like it's a man and it's a woman. They make a baby. Sometimes the men aren't there, so it's the woman and the mum or a friend that go throughout the process. Yeah. And it's very robotic in the UK in terms of you go for your 12-week scan, your 20-week scan, blah blah blah. And then since COVID, it's the whole one person allowed.
Oh, is it still?
Yeah, I think it was when we were
carried on, haven't they?
Yeah,
with it.
So it's not changed.
So when we were going to appointments and stuff with our now surrogate / best friend, they were like, "Oh, sorry, one person," and she was the first one to say, "They're the dads, I'm the surrogate." Yeah. So if they're not allowed in, I ain't coming in.
Oh,
it's up to you.
Yeah.
So all throughout the process with our midwife,
she's amazing.
She was amazing. Our pregnancy plan and stuff like that. We had to meet with the anaesthetist, like the head anaesthetist. Not easy with Scouse teeth, is it? We had to meet with the head anaesthetist. I keep saying it now.
We had to meet with.
We had to meet with the guy that does all the whatever.
Gives the drugs.
Yeah. And we had to like pledge our case as to why we both wanted to be in the C-section room if we went down C-section.
Really strict there.
And then just to fast forward, when we had the red button.
Oh yeah!
In labour,
the worst experience of my life.
Again, I just thought Sarah would get wheeled in. She'd go through some pain.
Some pain.
Just a bit of pain.
Come on, dear, you just pop that out.
Edit that out.
Well, I mean, C-sections are too posh to push out. I've had 4.
So I thought she'd be in a lot of pain. Like, we'd respect that woman like you wouldn't believe. But like, I was so excited to see a baby come out of her
vagina.
The process, like, because obviously as a gay man, I'm never going to witness that. Like, I don't have them things. Anyway, so when we was in labour, Sarah was very early stages, and her belly started to contract ever so slightly. It wouldn't even be classed as labour, and Jude's heart rate was dropping.
Oh God!
Yeah.
I feel like I could cry.
Oh
Don't
no!
cry.
It's horrible. And she was like, we went downstairs to meet your mum and dad to get some like sarnies and
They
crisps.
brought big bags full of like food because they thought we were going to be there for a week by the looks of it.
And then we come back up, and it was like all these pink uniformed people was legging it down the corridor, and we was like, oh Jesus, we hope they're okay. And they're the consultants, like the top. Yeah. And it was Sarah's room.
No, it stays
my God. Yeah. And we were stood outside, like, obviously as the dads, and Sarah was in there with her fella Andy, and Andy came out and he just said, look, guys, like, go in. And for me, I didn't really even think about Jude. It sounds horrible, but I didn't even think about Jude until he was here. I was mobbing about Sarah because she's our best friend. And his heart rate.
She was our priority, wasn't she? At the end, we said that from day one. You are not getting left ever. If there's any situation, one of us is always going to be next to you by your side. I don't care what's happening. Jude comes second at that point, which is awful to say.
But you didn't know him.
But she's got her own family as well. She's got 2 daughters. She's got a husband. She's doing something so selfless, for us that seeing her that day while he's getting upset, seeing her, I burst into tears. I'm holding on to say
he's like this.
I don't know what to do.
And I looked at him and I went, just fucking calm down. Sarah's there with 20 people around her. So I'm like consoling Sarah, like, it's fine, don't worry, like everything will work out. And then I'm looking at David like,
I
felt awful on Sarah.
And then anyway, his heart rate came back normal, and then it happened again.
Oh God.
And I was like, fuck
Nobody prepares you for that side of it, do you? Like you say, you just think, go have a baby, it's a nice experience. And when something doesn't go right.
And obviously, we'd just been through this emotional roller coaster of like finding a surrogate. I didn't even finish that story, did I? Finding a surrogate. She got diagnosed with MS, so that didn't work out. And the same weekend, Sarah came to ours to offer to be our surrogate, and we were just like,
Andy.
Wow.
Anyway, back to the hospital. I feel like I'm like...
it's hard when you got so much.
Yeah, back to the hospital. It happened again, and then they came in and said, look, he's stabilised again. So we were going to rush you down for a section, but the anaesthetist...
that word again.
The anaesthetist came in and said, unfortunately, only one of you. And before he even finished... I was like, I'm really sorry. I know this is an emergency, but you need to go and read your notes. We are the parents, and we're not being there for our child being born.
It's been planned for months.
And then I got a bit emotional because I was a bit like, but then in a way I was thinking, are we being selfish because it is a medical emergency? Just do what you need to do and you go, because I'm very much like that. But then anyway, everything stabilised, and then this consultant came in and said to Sarah, we don't need to do a section. So we can induce you. And she was like, I've been here for like 20 hours. Just get him out. Like, and she looked at us. And again, in them situations, even though it's our baby, and Sarah's classed as a gestational surrogate, which is GS. So Jude has no biological relation to our surrogate. She just has that amazing special bond because she grew him for 9 months. We looked at her and was like, this is up to you. Like, it's your body. You do what you think's right. And luckily, she went with a section. So there was like, right, we'll come and get you in an hour. You can walk down, get a playlist ready. So we had a bit of Tina on.
Tina. We were all dancing with the nurses and they're going, let's go.
Honestly,
love Tina.
I feel as because me and David are just me and David, like nothing's put on, we don't like, some people you meet and they're like so up there, but then when they're on their own, they're just like, so like, me and David are me and David, and we walked into theater with Sarah like we were arse hanging out. That gown goes
so
like
round,
and I was like covering her arse, and then we went in and all the girls were like dead serious, and me and him walked in. I was like, right, let's get Tina on, let's get this baby out.
Sarah's lying on the bed with a little pony and with the head like that, isn't she?
And they all, I feel as though the mood just lifted, and it was such a magical experience. I looked like a scruff because I'd not managed to get my hair cut. I didn't have my contact lenses, but they were videoing us and I didn't want my glasses on.
You didn't glam up for it then?
No.
You didn't glam up, no.
And I remember looking out and there was like, the baby's here, and we're like, and then I looked over the cloth, and because I can't see like there, it was just red. And I was like,
is that
Sarah? And then I took Jude over and like we counted his toes, and I was like, David, he's got 6 fingers.
He faked me that he had 6 fingers. He wants to see me. I went, what? Oh my God, what? Can you take it off? Like, why is it
the nurses were just pissing themselves, weren't they? It was so surreal. She was so obviously when when your baby comes out, they count and they check eyes and like ears, and I was like, fucking hell. And you know when you're like this with a baby, just be careful. They literally pick him up like this. They shake him. Breathe, cry. And I'm like... and then when I was winding him, like after a couple of months, I was like this, wiggling him, and his mum was like, Jesus, I'm a bit heavy-handed. You should have seen how he come out.
They do, don't they?
But yeah, anyway, they were counting his toes and his fingers, and I was like, he's got 6 fingers.
Do you know what's dead funny? This is
the
bad,
photo.
actually.
I knew you were going to say that.
I'm sat there and I'm going, Sam, is he ugly? Tell me he's not ugly. I can't have an ugly baby. And he's going, well, no, he's beautiful. He's beautiful. We put our first picture on of Jude, and we were like, that's gorgeous. Oh my God. We've gone back the other week to look. It's the most ugliest picture.
But they all look a bit ugly when they're first born.
Oh my God.
Rob says that all the time. He's going, oh, they were all ugly. I was like, oh no,
but
they're not.
So you don't want to be that parent that thinks your babies are beautiful. Come on.
Yeah, we felt all.
David would just gorgeous.
They just come out a bit squished, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry, how you found? Oh, go on.
Sorry, I'm just getting distracted because I can see a picture of Ollie over Sam's head, and I'm like getting a bit distracted there.
Oh, do you like Ollie?
Oh, we both like Ollie.
I love Ollie. Not only because he's beautiful of a specimen of a man, but also
we love Georgie as well.
He's going to love
He's
this.
just got a good vibe. Him and Georgie, like we met them through Marcel at Mum and Me. They're just good vibes. Like him and Georgie are like actor friends, like County Boy Ray or whatever it's called down the corridor. Party Boy Ray. And me and Ollie like love talking about cars and properties and stuff. But they just give off such a good That's what we like when we met you guys.
Yeah. That's what we talk
Yeah.
about with Brood all the time. It just
It's
seems
the
like
energy.
all
Yeah.
the right people are being
It
drawn
felt as though
in.
we'd known you for years, and we'd only obviously met at the launch and stuff. And I
know,
was like,
yeah.
"Oh my god, I love these." I was dying to get on. Well, I did get up on the stage.
Yeah. Well, Brood Live, you're staying over. So
Yes,
it's full
we
now.
are,
Yes.
Manchester.
So how, now that Jude is here, how do you manage the juggle? Because I mean, even though people say to me, "Oh, you've got 4, I don't know how you cope." Well, that first baby is, I think, the game changer where it turns everything upside down.
Yeah.
Life changes.
And all of a
massively.
sudden you can't.
I think we kind of said we want him to just fit into our lives. And I went self-employed October 2022. I had a few months off. I had a few months off, and then I went self-employed kind of like from the start of 2023. David had saved all year to take me to the Maldives for my 30th. So I felt like I was this like wag of Manchester. Like, do you know what I mean? Like
Sounds great. I
flying
do
premium
really well.
economy.
However, he's
to
told me now that
Maldives.
it's now coming up to my 40th that I'm going to Wales. Like,
I'm
I
scared.
love
how is that even fair?
That is so. This is what happens with me. I got my 40th in Swinton, and Rob went to New York for his 40th. I'm
Yeah,
like,
why
what's
is that
going on
fair?
there?
Yeah.
Well, we've got kids now. Well, the kids can stay with Nan at home.
Yeah.
I would say that the most important thing is if somebody offers help, take it.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Because I feel as though like, and we didn't pussyfoot around, did we? Like, obviously, Jude, I've never been so like, I'd lift him up, I'd move him, I'd throw him over here, I'd do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, whereas before I was the stagnant, typical bloke.
Yeah.
And Jude kind of made us again. Like, and again, seeing him become a dad, and it sounds cheesy as anything, but it made me fall in love with him even
I'm
more
gonna
than I
cry.
ever did. Because, and as well, like, again, being a bit controversial, normally in a normal relationship, if you both work, one stays off on maternity and one has 2 weeks like paternity, or the opposite way around. And it's expected the one at home is to do like the night feeds all day and all night, but I don't actually think you realise how fucking hard that
No,
is.
it's
So hard.
hard.
It's so
Yeah.
tiring.
And being on your own with a baby in the house all day, like you just need some like adult communication.
Yeah.
So what me and him did was one night on, one night off, one night
Yeah.
on, one night off. And then Thursday came around and it was Nanny Sill's night. So I think he stayed at like 3 or 4 weeks old. He stayed at your mum's.
Yeah.
So you got that one.
And
night,
some people are like,
break.
"Oh my god, he's so young still," but we wanted that. Like, and it's my mum. My
Yeah,
god,
yeah,
she's
yeah.
weird. She's
Absolutely,
weird.
not
Us
a
like,
stranger.
it's not a
Yeah.
stranger. But also, if on them on and off nights, I seen like Sam struggling, I thought, "Oh my god, he's been up for like 6 hours now." I'd come to Sam and say, "Do you want me to take over?"
Yeah,
or
yeah,
like vice versa,
Teamwork
just
though,
help
isn't
each
it?
other.
'Cause
Like,
Yeah.
like you say, whether it's mum, dad,
Yeah.
mum, whatever,
Yeah.
it should
Yeah.
be. I mean, we
Team-
talk
it
about
is-
this all the time.
yeah.
It's
You
like the
understand-
word hands-on dads. It's
Yes.
like,
well, you
you
understand
just
you're
do that.
tired, aren't you? You
Yeah.
are tired, so you're a bit more ratty.
Yeah.
But what you've got to understand is you're trying to help each other as well. So just have a bit more care for each other. I
Yeah.
think it's just communication.
And
isn't it?
that is, again, what made us why we're so strong now is because he supported me, I supported
Yeah.
him.
And
And it wasn't the
communicating.
fact of, I'm up for work in the morning, so
Yeah,
can you
yeah.
go elsewhere, or can you do, where's my tea? Why is it not on the table? Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
think this is why it's so hard with kids. But again, the other thing is, now, work-wise, for the first 6 months before he went to childminders, David works at night and I work in the day.
I was going to say,
So-
with your dance studio.
Yeah.
So he starts work at 4, so we swapped over at about 3
Yeah.
o'clock. So I was able to go to the office in the morning and then swap over, and I would
Yeah.
have him
Yeah.
then at night. And again, that worked really, really well,
Yeah.
didn't it? And again, do you know what? Time with the kids.
Yeah.
It is so precious.
Oh,
And
yeah.
people always say it goes so fast, but you could have a massive house, you could drive a Ferrari, you could drive a Range Rover, you could have all the money, fly business class. But for us, what's more important for us right now is just spending that quality time with
Yeah.
the kids.
Yeah.
We've got a caravan in Chester, like nearly a 20-year-old touring caravan, but we've made it beautiful.
Oh.
And it's our little haven.
Yeah.
Jude comes, we're running on the fields, we're going in the woods, he's picking up like sticks and
Yeah.
rocks.
Just
There's
quality
dogs
time.
there.
Yeah.
I feel as though nowadays things are so materialistic.
Yeah.
Like if that kid's got night trainers on, your kid needs to have night trainers on. No, they don't.
Yeah.
It's just the memories that you
Yeah.
need to create with
Yeah.
your kids.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that saying when they say the years are short, like life goes
Yeah.
too fast, but is it the days are long, but the
Yeah.
years are
Yeah.
short? And it's so true, because when they are young, it's like sometimes you think, oh my God, what? And you do like Iggle Pickles on 24/7.
We've got Miss Rachel.
Oh God, it's just, And you do feel, I thought I'd be like Mother Earth and never want, I always wanted 4 or 5 kids.
Yeah.
But I genuinely thought I'd be breastfeeding and
Yeah.
being at home all day. And oh my God, I couldn't breastfeed. I couldn't stay at home all day.
Yeah.
So thankfully, me and
Yeah.
Rob, like, it's teamwork.
teamwork,
And thank
yeah.
God.
And I feel like when they're at school, like we're not at that age yet, Jude's only coming up to 2, but when they're at school, like that's it, they're out of the house 9 till, like 8 till 3.
We miss
So-
him now
Although
when he's in
that's
bloody for an hour or two. Don't we?
Yeah.
We're like, oh my God, he's not here. We miss him loads. So imagine when he's in school.
Yeah.
I'll be gutted.
So when's the new baby arriving?
June the 27th is D-Day.
Yeah.
Sarah is doing it again,
Oh,
which
my
is
God.
just
That's
amazing. When we first asked her about it, we was like, why are you doing it? And her partner, Andy, actually said to us, he answered and he said, your family to us, so why would we not give you the opportunity to have a family?
That's
Yeah,
lovely.
which is
Oh my
gorgeous,
God, I was sobbing.
Sobbing again.
Sobbing.
We were like, oh.
And it always sticks with me. That's one thing that
Yeah.
it'll always stick with. So
It's like the second, but then the second time, Jude is only 10 days,
10 days
10
old.
days old. She came round and she went, right, just letting you know, stop looking for a surrogate, because we had to look, obviously, for the next surrogate for the second one, not assuming that Sarah's going to do it.
of course.
She's like, stop looking. And we were like, why? She went, we're doing it. She went, because I cannot live with myself if the next baby said, why did you do it for Jude? But you didn't do it for me. She went, so this is my last one. Don't even think about anymore. This is the last one I'm doing. So that for us was so special as well,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
and
That
don't get me
bond
wrong.
must be
Oh
incredible.
my God, she's got him now. So it's the holidays this week.
Right.
And she's booked. So childminder days for us are Wednesday, Thursday, and Nanny still has him Tuesday, Friday. So then we have him Monday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And she's booked 2 days off yesterday and today, so that she can have him.
Yeah.
And it's like, and some people
So
say
nice.
to us like, "Are you not worried?" Because Sarah legally could have took Jude for the first 9 months of his life.
Yeah.
She could have turned around and said to us, "I'm having him."
Yeah.
And that also is
there's a lot of trust.
Oh
out
my
there.
God, yeah. But the relationship that she has now with him is incredible.
Yeah.
And for, like, people say on social media, we get trolled a lot, like, kids need a mum in the name of
No.
whatever. And we're like, he's got so many amazing, powerful,
He's
strong
loved.
women.
He's got so
Yeah.
many women in our family that absolutely love him, that are there for him anyway.
Yeah.
That,
But
you know,
it's not that
it's
anyway.
not-
Kids just, as long as they're loved, there's so many kids out there
Exactly.
that aren't loved, that aren't treated well. And
And
so
that boy has
Jude's
got
very
so
lucky.
much, so much love. Like, he just laughs all the time. People used to say to us when he was a baby, like, how is he so smiley? And it's because even when he falls, we're like getting up singing Miss Rachel songs and like, so he don't cry.
Don't
He's
cry.
like,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right. But yeah, if we have a girl, you've heard it here first. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I know. I really don't.
We've
Oh,
got
you
no. We
love
can't
it.
do
You
hair.
We can't-
I don't
yeah.
know the menstrual cycle. Like,
I'll
is
teach-
that
come
even
to-
what it's
come to Auntie
called?
Lolo, I'll do
Oh
it.
my God, honestly.
No,
And
honest-
people
you'll-
say
you'll be
girls are
great with a
horrible.
girl.
We've got no
Other than-
names.
Yeah, girls are.
Emotional.
Well, our daughter's just coming up to those years, and we've got obviously 3 boys and 1 girl,
Yeah.
so you can see the difference. But equally, when they're growing up, I think actually girls, they'll sit there, they'll colour,
Yeah.
they're dead, like they're just not as wild as boys.
He's shaking his head.
Well, yeah, apart from Iris is a bit, feral. No,
Yeah.
she's, but she's at that age. I think they're all a bit crazy around too. But I think once they get past that, then
Yeah.
there's a lot. But boys, because I mean, I'm just sick of saying, stop fighting, stop fighting.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you'll be great with
I
a
know.
girl.
I feel like a house full of.
And the outfits are so much nicer.
It's so, yeah, and you can find so many.
I
things
just
for
like
the
Jude
girl.
in a trackie.
Yeah,
I'm such a dad. Do you know what I mean? Like trackie.
No, Sam,
hat.
you're not. Don't. Do you know what? He dresses him in the worst clothes ever. I was presenting
Who's
for
the
him.
stylist?
Me. I was presenting for Formby Festival once, and it was the first time they were all seeing the baby, and I was like, bring him in such and such. He turned up in like white socks with a pair of blue Crocs.
Crocs.
An
Crocs are cool.
an orange trackie and this horrible like woolly hat, and I looked at
Oh
him and
my
said,
God.
Sam, everyone's looking at him for the first time. What has he got on?
What have you
And it's
just-
mega hot. And I was like, why is he in that outfit? But
yeah, you are a dad then.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
He's not bothered.
Yeah, yeah.
He's not
Can't be
bothered.
arsed. I just like a normal trackie that matches white trainers sorted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Simple.
Boys are easier to dress.
Yeah. But Sheen is our
Sheen
life.
is good.
Have you got a...
Well, we did, but I think we at the start ordered a few and they weren't.
Oh, really?
You know, they were quite.
You only
cheap,
get
so I
about
was like,
5 washers. Yeah, you only get
Yeah.
about 5 washers. But for £8, you can get like a full outfit and they look boss.
Yeah.
That was very Scouse, that.
know.
They look
Boss.
My God, you're
Dead
learning.
boss.
Yeah, proper adopted now.
But yeah, going back to the whole boy thing, if it's a house full of boys, amazing. But then I feel as though when boys get older, unless they're gay, they kind of like flee the nest to their
Yeah.
wives
And
and
if Jude
partners.
thinks he's leaving me, I will literally.
See, that's my
I'll be
biggest fear.
ragging his partner back to our house.
Whereas the
That's what
girls
they say,
and
don't
the,
they? A boy's a boy till he meets a wife, a daughter's your
Yes.
daughter.
Yeah.
all your
So
life.
I feel as though, like, for me, selfishly, like, I feel like I want a daughter so that when we get old and, like, ship off to Switzerland
Yeah,
to get
just
euthanasia, she'll come with us,
Yeah,
you know what I
she'll be
mean?
by
She'll
your
be there,
side,
whereas
yeah.
Jude will be a bit like... I'm all
I
for
tell you, these my
euthanasia
boys
in the
better not
UK.
Leave us. Oh,
For,
God.
do you not think, why would you want to sit in a hospital?
No, we were watching something last night, actually. It was Yellowstone, and the guy took his dad up to the top of the mountain. And I was trying to explain to her, I said, I'm sure there's something like the air's not very thingy up there.
Yeah, oxygen
And
loss.
that's quite a nice way to go,
Yeah.
isn't it? If you know you're on your way
I'll
out.
take you up there and
And do you know what as well? Talking about like brood and obviously working parents, you work all your life to save up for pensions or whatever or retirement pots to then spend like $2,000 a week in a decent care home.
Yeah, no.
No,
No,
thanks.
no.
Just put it in.
Just
treat me-
knowing when it's the right time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
But yeah.
Yeah.
No. Okay. So it's been absolutely amazing having you on here as our guest. And I'm sure everyone's going to keep wanting to listen to you and hear more. So where can they find Scouse Dad's podcasts and
Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, podcast, Spotify.
I'm
Like a
subscribed.
celeb. They're like a celeb. It's what?
iTunes?
No,
It is.
babe, no. It's
not.
called podcast.
Oh, okay.
He just turns up and smiles
Well,
like.
I was telling everyone at the podcast party that ours is available on Apple Pay.
That's
It's
where
on
I've
Apple
seen it.
Pay and Spotify.
See, I'm not by
my
myself.
God.
It's Apple Play. I was like, oh, same thing.
There you go.
No, we've loved
Yeah.
it. Do you know what? And this is the first time that we've been guests as well. Like we were sat on the
well,
sofa out there,
honoured.
like.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you never know. Yeah. Well, God, I mean, when you talk about getting confidence before and
Yeah.
stuff, like the thought that we'd ever be doing this. I mean, when we did our first Brood Live, like nearly 3 years ago, I had the microphone, and all I was doing was saying, thank you for everyone for coming. And it's like, God. But yeah, being around amazing people like yourselves and all the Brood people, it just keeps.
Yeah,
that-
we can't wait for
keep
Brood Live.
I can't
cheerleading
wait for
each
Brood
other.
Live.
No, it's
Brood
going to be
Live,
amazing.
We'll be able to shot the shots, baby Guinness, tequila rose.
yeah.
I'm gonna be like this.
I'll be
feel
on your,
like it's
I'll
gonna
be
be
on
the
your
messiest.
shoulders.
Yeah.
You'll have my shoes on, I'll have your heels on, girl.
Oh, yeah.
But no,
And then
thank you
so,
so much.
who's gonna backdoor though? Let's do a little.
Let's do
Well,
back door.
Tom's always
I'm looking
back
at him.
door.
I'm looking at
He
him.
is.
Who's gonna backdoor at 10?
Yeah, we're staying over this time. Yeah, definitely.
No, thank you so much for having us.
No, thank
Absolutely
you.
loved it.
Yeah, lovely to have a chat and Brood Live.
Thank
Here
you.
we come.